Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Kia.
Hey, Crystal.
It's so nice to see you. So,
Yes.
welcome everyone to Success Over the Air with Crystal. And tonight, I have my wonderful business partner here with me, and I'm super excited about what Kia and I are about to talk about tonight and share with all of you guys. And tonight's topic is about our mindset, how we think, how we do things, and how we can adjust and work with ourselves to be the better version of ourselves, and how we should really talk to ourselves, because sometimes I feel that we don't give enough credit for ourselves. And more than likely, sometimes through the toughest time in our life, we struggle, but we always talk to ourselves, but we never think about how we should talk to ourselves, like the love that we need to give ourselves, or to reward us, or to even praise ourselves, right? So through this business, I know that it's very challenging, and sometimes we feel lost, sometimes we feel that we can't do it, sometimes we feel that it's too difficult for us to stumble through the challenges in our journey. And you know so many people feel like giving up, but how do we stay connected, and how do we stay energized and keep going in our business, right? And that's why tonight we're here to talk about the subject of mindset and how we should better talk to ourselves. So my name is Crystal, and I am a biomedical engineer by profession prior to starting this online business. But now I'm an online business owner, helping other business partners making a change and transform their life. And so it's so wonderful to be here. And I really want to thank my business partner, Kia, for being here tonight, too. And I'd love for her to introduce herself and let you guys know who she is. And, that way you guys know. And before we start. And so, Kia, go ahead and share a little bit about yourself to our audience.
All right. Thank you, Crystal, for inviting me become here with you tonight. I'm so honored to be here tonight. So, hi guys. If you, I'm a mom, a wife, and a mother of four, and I'm full-time stay-home mom, and I've been in this business for 2 years. It's been an incredible journey. I love what I do it every day, and to grow this business have been give me a life change and become who I am today. So, I'm a business owner as well, and I never thought like I'd be kind of mompreneur or a business owner for all my own business. But when I made this decision today, I say for the past 2.5 2 years, and it's life changing. So yeah, so that's why tonight me and Crystal we wanna talk about our mindset, about to find something different to yourself, and more positive to yourself, because a lot of people they don't think about this until they don't realize, until what they feel stuck and what they don't know what they don't know what they do. So that's why tonight the topic we want to talk about that. So back to you, Crystal.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes, you've heard it. This is a stay home mom. And, starting this online business, that must have been like what went through your mind, and how you continue to stay up to date with your business, and still have the motivation to keep up. I wanted to bring you on because you were somebody who, inspire me, motivate me, and also empower me in this business, as much as like you didn't have a job and you were just home watching your kids, but you had more confidence than me, because I had many failures in multiple businesses. And that's why tonight's topic is going to be very powerful, because I want a lot of people to hear from you, as what went through your mind. Like, I'm sure you went through lots of struggles and challenges, but you were able to maintain positivity and to work with your mindset to think differently and oppositely, so that you can turn negative into positive. So, with that, like, how was it for you as a mom, and like not making any earning and just watching your own kids, and while your husband is working and supporting the family? Like when you started the business, what was going through your mind, and how did you keep yourself like motivated to keep your business going or running?
I think that's a really good question. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a long story, but I gotta make it short as possible I can. So, at the first I found this business and social media just like you guys watching us. I was never thought because my mind is never thinking about a business, right? I become born with the families. We mindset is not about business. My parents always taught us that, business is nothing. Won't gonna make you rich quick. And you're gonna be there and they don't see the success. And that's why my parents told me that, just go school education, right? And I'm still say this because school education is still good for you, okay? Not just like you quick, but that's for my own opinion, right? And my parents told me I do what I do, and but I never finished in college, and I just done my high school diploma, and I been married young age and having kids, and still have an early life. And I realized that I think that I just working every day, working 9 to 5 is perfect life, a beautiful life, and just earn paycheck to paycheck, right? And I don't realize until I have kids. Okay, when you become to a mom and dad, become father and mom, and you like it changing. I honest tell you, maybe some of you guys watching us tonight, maybe some of you guys or mom, you pregnant right now. You so excited because of mom and dad. That's great. Just want to congrats. But some of you guys be like me and Crystal. We already moms. Crystal already grandma, and I'm still a younger kid. My oldest one is 10, almost 11, and my youngest one is 3. And that's how it is. And when I still had one, I didn't realize it. Two, I didn't thinking about. And 3, I still realized because
Mom,
yeah.
they put Nana on your dress.
Okay, it's okay. And when I still had 3 kids, I still realized that, oh my goodness, what I gonna do? Because when I still had realized, because I become stay home mom, I still got about no babysitter, and I don't like to anyone to watch my kids, and their in daycare is way too expensive. I cannot enforce that too. And when I have my kids, I still realize that life's still tough. And when you're gonna go vacation, do something fun with the kids, you had to end the budget really tight. And I had to look at because I'm the most person that spend the most money. And don't look at my budget until when I become stay home mom. I start looking at my budget and start tight. Sometimes my kids want something, I say no. We had to save money to buy food, pay bill. The only thing we need to get it. And so my kids sometimes they feel down. Sometimes they say, "Mom, we really want this." They want the game like robots, geek car. Spend $20, $50 for just a game. And I always say this to my kids: will you spend $25 just play for less than 1 minute, or do you spend $25 for a meal for 2 days, right? And there's like, how in that, mom? I'm like, because money it's gone fast, but if you know to control your money, it's won't gonna last you long, right? $25 can save you life for 2 days. But you playing games, it gonna be gone, right? So it's think that if I buy noodle for $6 for a pack noodle, or whatever that their favorite food, right? And spend $25 on that, and they spend the $25 for robots game, and last in 1 minute is already done. They credit all done already. And like, what you buy? I just buy the character I want, right? And that's all. I'm like, okay. So you had to survive for 2 days, nothing to eat. They look at me like, mom, that, and, that's how the light changing. And that's how I realized, tell my kids that, what, because you so young, you don't think about money. It's so hard to make it. But when you don't working like me, your dad the only provider, bring the income to the house. We don't save the money, how we gonna live it. We just live in the paycheck to paycheck. Your dad working so damn hard, and kids they don't think. And that's how when I start shit my mindset that what, sometimes people don't think that. They think that they live in the life paycheck to paycheck is great, but we still had to pay so much back to Uncle Sam, and that's income. Okay, I want to realize that to you guys, because I don't think until and But some people that have a lot of kids, they have so much refund back, this year. I hear this story. But you still have to pay tax to Uncle Sam if you don't have any kids, or even you had kids, you making earned 5 figure years, and you still pay Uncle Sam no matter what. But that's why I realized that business, and think my mindset to a different way. When I found this business, my mindset is changing. And when I come in here, I don't believe myself, like I become a stronger who I am. Because when I was younger, I always had a dream about that. One day I become a empower woman, to be inspired, to helping a woman that get out there more confident to themselves, love themselves, and be who they are. That's kind of something that I keep my mind. But myself, my dream to helping others do the same thing. But same with the day when I married, and my dream just gone. I just don't have nothing, because I'm so busy in life, so busy for my take care of all the people, busy in life with family and all the around people around me, right? But I just forgot about me, like who I am, like what I need to be in my life. And because people say, like, why you to be like the person to love yourself. Because let me tell you guys one thing, that no one to pay you bill, no one to feeling you hurt, you painful. Okay, when even your partners live with you like married so many years with you, 30 plus year. Okay, and you go ask your, even you see your parent that married so long, when your mom gets sick or sad, you know how she's sad, but your dad or your mom don't even know how they feel. But thinking right now, if you are the one person like married couple, when sometimes you feel you get down and you didn't tell your husband or your wife, and they don't even know how you felt down, or you had the you got maybe fight at work, right, to your coworker that has negative thought talking about you, and you just come home with not feeling good at that day, and you don't tell your spouse, and they don't even know, like, why today you're not happy, right? They only know how outside yourself, and you don't show. But when you tell them if you're hurting, and they say those kind of word to you, now it's you don't want it, and they kind of come in, like, and get something to you, like motivation to you, like what, whatever they say, I'm still here, I'm support you, love you, right? But that's how this business have been teach me, and grow myself, that when the day one I start here, because I told myself, I'm not believe myself, I'm not good. But if I looking around millions or thousands a month out there, and they just like me, and maybe some of them good high education, yeah, of course they're good, but maybe they're missing one thing inside in them. But me, I just regular woman, I always say I'm know to cook, clean the house, and great, right? And just become a mommy and take care of my kids every single day. But I'm still have good inside of me, I just don't prove myself, and to give the confidence to myself, to make myself to say yes and believe myself. So that's why when this business happened, teach me my mindset shift, and I start realize that what, it's not a bad thing when you start learning everything to believe yourself, and talking more positive, to be love yourself, be who you really are. And that is the 1% you become who you are. Because I learned so much for the past 2 year, 1.5 year, I would say 1.5 year for in this business. And I learned so much about myself. I've been taught differently. I can see myself talking differently, grow different. Even Crystal, my coach, my mentors. We've been talking and the way how I come to this business, because I record myself sometimes, right, and listening back to what I tell my journey, my story in this business, and I feel that I'm better and better every single day. Because when you believe yourself and you put yourself to more who you are out there, you know what? Didn't matter how people say who you are, and you're not perfect. You're not that person too good on this. Become mompreneur, or a business owner, right? People can say whatever to you, but they don't know exactly what you've been through. They don't know who you are. They don't know how you feeling. So that's why I want to share this to all you guys, that when you start believing yourself, things can change in yourself that you never imagine until some people, they surround you, they support you, they love you, and they tell you, no, no, you know what, today you change because I've been see you grow and been see you what you have been through. So there's a little bit I just want to share that too. Yeah, back to
Wow.
Crystal.
Yeah, that is so amazing that what Kia is sharing. It's like, sometimes we doubt ourselves and we forget about ourselves. But at the end, we have to, life continues and life goes on, and we want the best for ourselves. And I found that, um my life through this business was a little different because it wasn't about me, alone, but it was about my past success in running other businesses, and I feel that I was a failure in other businesses. And sometimes my mother in law would remind me that, doing too much, you were not succeeding, you were always a failure, you will never be able to run anything, you will never like be able to do things like that. And when you get that kind of like negative vibe towards you, you shake yourself a little bit, right? And say, if this person is doubting me, can I ever do it? And that was something that kind of like put in halt towards whatever decision that I was going to make in my business, until I started moving along in my business. And through this business, I learned law of attraction. And through law of attraction, I was able to believe in myself. And guys, I'm telling you, whoever you are trying to become, if you love yourself, if you give yourself the best gift, and if you keep believing in yourself, you will get to your destination. Because I was going through lots of doubts through this business and through every milestone that I was trying to achieve through this business. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so hard. I'm going to give up. But then I didn't want to go back to the corporate world in my corporate job and just be there, forever. I wanted to do something for me. But at the same time, I was running through challenges in my business. And so I found out that mindset, through law of attraction, has helped me become the best version of myself, to love myself back and to talk kindly to myself. And when I started to be grateful, and every morning I started, praying, and I said, I'm grateful for the things that I have. And I started relying more on the magic book. That has also helped me, grow in my business. So I know that recently I've had a couple of business partners that have left the business for their reason. But, I think this community is so great that we come together as sisterhood, brotherhood, and we help and support each other along the way. It's sad to see that people are coming going, and just like our the workplace that we work for, right? Like the corporate world, sometimes companies filter people in and out all the time. So if you're starting something for you, always remind yourself that people are going to come and go. But no matter what, if you've been, somebody dedicated and have a big dream, and you're willing to push yourself to achieving that, no matter what happened, we keep going, right, Kia? And so that's something that I want to share on my behalf, because I was able to turn that negativity into a positive way of how I can proceed in my business and to keep going. Because I'm building something for myself, not for someone. And I would never want to, keep staying in the corporate world forever, because I can also see how my husband is, kind of challenging towards his retirement, as his income is not enough. We would have to, live our life differently. And I don't want to downgrade from where I am. I want to just move up and, be able to leave my kids something someday. But tonight's topic is about mindset and how we start to shift. And you kind of heard what how Kia shifted her mindset into wanting something more, into working with her lifestyle. And for me, I had to work around my lifestyle too. So I want to share with each and every one of you guys, if you guys are watching us, it wasn't easy for us. We have challenges, we have things that stop us along the way. But the one thing is that we never gave up, because life goes on and we always want more, and the best is yet to come. Wouldn't you agree, Kia?
I do. I do, because we never know what is tomorrow. If we never promise for tomorrow, even your loved ones, we never promise. So, I create today, doing something grateful for yourself, do something for yourself, and leaving something behind great for your kid. And, that's how we want that. And we, as a parent, right, we always want to have something great to leave behind to our kid. And that's how this business have engaged, of a lot opportunity. So yeah.
Yeah, so tonight I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching us. You know that we started this business because we wanted a change. And it wasn't for it was for the income too, but it was to grow us mentally, and it was also to help us become the better version of ourselves, to be a better leader, to be able to help other business partners grow in their business, and to be successful. And so we needed an environment that can really truly help us to think differently. When something hits us to the curve, we just have to set that rock aside on the side of the road and keep going. So I hope that tonight you guys have learned something from us, and to keep going no matter what you are doing, because as a Hmong woman, it is really hard for us to really come out like this. It takes a lot of courage, because we were really afraid of the what people would say, how they would judge us, how we would be doing on live, right? And to get to this point where you're willing to step up and talk about things like this on live, it takes a lot of courage. So I hope that tonight you're able to gain something from Kia and I, and we look forward to you. If you are seeking any negative in a way on your end, please, you just need to step off to the side and create a comfortable environment for you, and build positivity, and find a place where you can also be with amazing business partners like me and Kia, because we're surrounded by so many powerful leaders, and on a day-to-day basis we work with them, and they teach us so much. We're all from different walks of life, and it's truly life changing. So if our conversation has touched you in a way and you would like to know more about what we do, please feel free to connect with us with our website on the panel here. And we're more than happy to help you understand more about what we do, how you can navigate a successful online business journey with us. And we look forward to seeing you on the next live. So until then, Kia, do you have anything to say before we go?
No, I think everything's on the points already. So thank you for all you guys tuning in, watching us, and yeah, if you guys have any, concern about, the question, what topic you want to come and talk about, right? And just comment to below. The hey, Kia, Crystal, can you guys come and talk about this topic? We love to talk about the topic too. You making you understand about the business and see there's something that you want to take opportunity as well. So yeah, thank you so
Mhm.
much.
All right. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you guys. And please like, share, and follow our page. And we look forward to bringing more topics and more lives here to sharing with you. So, thank you so much and have a great night. And we look forward to coming back. So, all right.
All right, bye, Shinji.